Hello everyone and happy Thanksgiving. There are so much we have to be thankful for amidst this pandemic. Though there are a lot of changes and updates in immigration, we are glad that finally the Parents Can Parents sponsorship for 2020 will open this coming Tuesday, October 13th up to November 3rd, 2020. So this video is the second part of my discussion about parents and parent sponsorship. The first video was the brief information about submission of expression of interest, who can sponsor, and I also discussed about the undertaking and commitment of being a sponsor and co-sponsor. So check it out, my first video, if you want to assess your eligibility as a sponsor. So in this video, this is a second part, as I've said, and we will be discussing on how to calculate the minimum income requirement, or MNI, and to calculate the family size. So what is a family size? So family size is the number of family members, including the dependent children and the sponsored family members. So the family size includes, first is the number of people in your immediate family. So that includes you, your spouse, your common law partner or conjugal partner, and your dependent child. So third is the total number of people you already sponsored in the past and you are financially responsible for them. Third, the total number of people you want to sponsor, including their dependents. So that is their spouses, common law partners, and dependent children. So sorry, I don't know how to include or show in this video the table information of the minimum income requirement per family size. So this is a very homemade video. I don't know how to edit, and I don't have time to learn how to edit. So I apologize, but I just want to share information. So I will just put the minimum income requirement in the description under this video. Okay, so to give an example, to calculate family size, John and Marie, okay, I'm just gonna name a couple. They are married and they have one dependent child, so 3 family size. John wants to sponsor his parents, father and mother, and John still has a 21-year-old sister, so a dependent, the dependent family member of his parents. So 6 family size. And if Marie, the wife, just gave birth last year, 2019, in 2018, there's only 5 family size. So John and Marie will only need to meet the minimum income requirement for a family size of 5 in 2018, and then family size of 6 in 2019 and 2020. Marie cannot sponsor her in-laws, which are John's parents. It is John that will sponsor his parents. So if John meet the minimum income requirement of the family size of 6, he doesn't need Marie to sign as a co-sponsor. But if he doesn't meet the minimum income requirement, he needs Marie to sign as a co-sponsor. Thus, Marie's income can be added to the total family's income to meet the minimum necessary income. But there's a but, because what if Marie has sponsored before his parents in the past while she was still a single, for example, and that sponsorship was still within the past 20 years. 20 years is the undertaking for parents and grandparents. That means you as a sponsor and a co-sponsor is financially obligated and to support the parents and grandparents within 20 years from the date that they become permanent resident. So John has to add two more person in the family size if Marie will join as a co-sponsor. So there will be a total of family size of 8. What if John and Marie did not meet the minimum income requirement for family size of 8? So for example, John has a brother, Peter, who is already a permanent resident in Canada. Can Peter join as their co-sponsor? I mentioned in my first video on who can be the sponsor. But who can be a co-sponsor? Only the sponsor's spouse, common law partner, or conjugal partner can be a co-sponsor in the parents-grandparents sponsorship. And the same eligibility requirements should be met by the co-sponsor. John cannot ask Peter, his brother, to add Peter's income to their family income to meet the MNI. But what if Peter is single? So one family size and the father and the mother. So it's 3 family size. And if Peter meets the minimum income requirement for a family size of 3, and he meets the eligibility requirement as a sponsor, so it will be Peter that will submit the expression of interest as the sponsor, not John. So John no longer needs to worry or no longer need to feel sorry for not sponsoring his parents because Peter can submit EOI for their parents. Okay, so I just want to clarify, siblings cannot join as a co-sponsor. A sponsor can ask only their spouse and or common law partner, conjugal partner as their co-sponsor and nothing else. So what can be considered as income? So now, after this video, you can pause this video, get your T1 general tax return. If you lost your copy, ask your tax preparer for it. Okay, so in page 2 of your T1 general, usually you will, that is usually in page 2, and you will see line 150. This line 150 corresponds to your total income before the deduction, so your gross income. The number on line 150 can be calculated by adding the amounts found in your lines 101, 104 to 143 and 147 on the tax return. So there is no other income except for those in the line 150. So what can be considered as income? So I've said check on your T1 general. There's a list in there, employment income. So if you have 2 employers, you have 2 T4 slips, and you can also add there are in the list in there old age security pension, CPP, disability benefit, universal child care benefit, employment insurance, your EI, and EI on maternity and parental benefit, taxable amount of dividends, interest, and other investment income, rental income. So if you have rental business, you can add it there as your income in line 150, and your support payments that you receive. So that means the Almonia, RRSP, self-employment income, that includes farming income, fishing income. So in CRA, tax assessment, tax preparation, honestly, I am not knowledgeable when it comes to that. I don't even know how much is my income. I'm just lucky that I have my husband as a licensed tax preparer. So he does all of this. So if I have questions about income, so I can just run to him. Okay, so the minimum income requirement for the parents grandparents is the LICO, the low income plus 30% of each year, except for 2020. Why? Because 2020 is an extraordinary year. IRCC has reduced the income requirement to the minimum necessary income. Less, they don't need to add the 30%. So if you see in the table below, for 2018-2019, it is high income requirement compared to 2020. So for 2020, for you to know how much will be your income, get your latest payslip and check on the year to date of your gross income. So if you have two jobs, add those 2 year to dates of your payslips. And if you were under CURB and I believe you can check on your the total benefits you receive in your Service Canada account online, and check on your T1 General, as I've said, what you can add in there to be considered as income. So the great news is year 2020 is not yet done. There's still at least 2 more months left. So work hard to reach this minimum income for your family size. And calculate your possible income for 2020. Add your spouse or partner's income if applicable. So as said in my first video, it is required that you meet the minimum income for the 3 years prior to submission of up to the time that IRCC will give decision to the permanent residency of your parents and grandparents. So make sure that 2018, 2019, 2020, up to the processing time, which is 20 to 24 months, you are eligible income-wise and other requirements and eligibility as a sponsor and co-sponsor. So again, if you have some confusions or question, reach out to us. And thank you so much for watching, and check out my third and last video.